I have a few more questions I can throw at Anita as well as Miss Avril. Um, Basically, we'll talk about the whole positivity thing, how it's very vital for this day and age. But then there's also this concept of being toxically positive, right? Just unrealistically positive. That's always there. Especially the people of today and especially my generation, what we do not know is to limit ourselves. So it's very easy to get swayed by this whole positive thing, and also the fact that the quote, today is the present, enjoy it. That can also be flipped in the negative way. Based on that mindset alone, people are doing so many stupid things. Like, who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Might as well do it now.
Well, you're right there. I mean, see, we are growing up, we're all mature people, and we need to be responsible in what we take. See, look, something as simple as water. Water is extremely useful to us, correct?
Yeah.
I don't think you'd enjoy drinking 2.5 liters of water just before you sleep. It's extremely bad for you. Water is extremely good for you, but it'll kill you if you overdo it. It's just like with absolutely anything. When you take anything that is good and you push it too far or overindulge, it is bad. So obviously, when I say positivity, I mean it obviously from a mature point of view, and everybody is mature enough to handle it. What I'm trying to get across in terms of positivity is there's always going to be a positive and a negative scenario. Let's say, what do you focus on? How do you take a challenge, something that comes around you? I've always told people, when you're faced with a challenge, don't run from it. Face it and walk around it. Or find a solution.
All right, so I was just going through YouTube one day and I found this one video on toxic positivity. So this was very new to me, and I clicked on it, and that's when I understood that even when you're actually putting out some positive content online, it can actually negatively impact somebody else. Because say I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning every day, and that's my routine, but just because I am doing it, that doesn't mean it will work for somebody else. So if you blindly follow me and just go with what I'm doing, it may not show you results. It may show me results. So on the other hand, it just becomes so negative because you are doing everything I'm doing, but you're still not able to get half of what I'm getting done in the day. And that again impacts your mental health so much more than you can actually imagine. There are people, when I actually watched that video, I was surprised. There are people who actually go to therapy even because they're so affected by social media posts, by influencers, also content creators putting out their happy life all over the internet. And that is toxic positivity. Like, it just gets to you. It just stops you from doing you. It just takes away your personality. It just snatches away who you are. Speak to a lot of people and understand where they are coming from as well. So too much of something is again too bad, and that's we should be a little smart and understand where we should draw our line, and where we should stop stepping front and actually take a step back and relax.
Good suggestions and good thoughts. I think the entire focus, the key point that everybody needs to focus on, the key word is wisdom. Okay, wisdom is the main thing that everybody needs to look into, because rather than being wise in the moment, it is imperative that everybody starts realizing the gravity of the situation. I mean, I just got a feedback right now I just got a line in my news feed. The Supreme Court has not called it a wave, but has called it a tsunami. It is a very serious matter, which people don't seem to realize. I mean, at the drop of the hat, they're just waiting like, a jailbird to just get free. And the moment there is no pressure on them, they want to be out senselessly, thoughtlessly, mindlessly.
Whatever they have discussed, it's a representation of this, around 18 crores population. And 18 crores population is a big mindset. Wisdom is the prime thing now to be nurtured. See, there are three aspects are there. One is information, other is knowledge, and third is wisdom. When you just to try to understand with information, you may have positive things, you may have negative things. When you are with the knowledge, possibly you can overcome some challenges. But when you work with the wisdom, the way you have courage should be given to the elders also. And the biggest mistake what happened entire the humankind is we all went against the nature. It is a big lesson. And I have a small request to all the young generation. Please learn from Avril ma'am. And today could not explore. I think I should be a moderator to explore her knowledge. She has got so much of the energy, the transcending tools, the mechanism to create the healthy mind, the fitness, the vocal, what you say she doesn't have. You all know that what kind of industry she had been, what kind of transcended pattern she has followed, and still she keeps that energy.
I have a question.
All right, Rohit.
So, in a retrospective view, what do you think should both the generation? The question is for both the generation should have done differently, so that maybe we can learn from it, and there's a third way which we can prevent from doing something different. So, what do you think should have been done different in a retrospective view?
So yeah, Rohit, I would actually answer your question by saying, I don't know about what differently we could have done, but I know about what we can do right now. I know that if we can work together in this, if both of us unite, and if it's a perfect blend, there is nothing that we cannot defeat in a way to, actually reduce whatever is happening, rather than just going there because of ego, because of, I am better than you. If that's the approach we're taking, then it definitely wouldn't work out. But if we are going in an approach saying that we are in this together, regardless of what's going to happen, we will stick in this together and we will get through it. If we can get to that mindset, and if all of us could think at least to an extent, if we could think positively about what is happening, just count your blessings every single day, any tiny thing.
So I think, hindsight is 50-50. So I agree to a certain extent with Vandita that hindsight is 50-50. I don't think we were prepared for it. So I don't think much would have changed in terms of retrospect unless our attitude changed. If we had a different attitude, if we were more mindful, if we kind of, instead of reacting, if we responded, maybe things would have been different. But like I say, the past is over, so it's quite pointless. But what I would like to say is that if we can take back just 3 things, because they just cause chaos in your mind. You don't understand that your subconscious mind is picking up 99% of what your conscious mind is not picking up, because your conscious mind cannot deal with it. But your subconscious mind is absorbing everything. You move your little finger and your subconscious mind absorbs it. So you have to be very careful. What are you feeding your subconscious mind? Do you want to fertilize it with, positivity? Or do you want to degrade it and downgrade it with negativity, with schism, with rumors, with fear, with doubt, with insecurity? The choice is completely yours. So I think we need to empower each other with wisdom, with understanding, and we really need one person to be accountable to and who can have accountability to us. If each of us can spread this message with the hashtag #GiveADamn, accountability partner, and get one person accountable to you. So I think that we need to take action now. So when we say hashtag #GiveADamn literally, so we can prevent further damage.
It was essentially very well put, and upholding whatever we've been trying to do over here, which is not just have a dialogue between generations, but to spread the fact that even if we have a plan of action, we need to actually put in the action to make a difference. So I think I'll start now.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to end with one quote that I think is very, very, you can take it in so many different levels, but it's something that His Holiness the Dalai Lama says. And this is so apt for us now, just think about the gravity of what this is saying to you. And it could be different for each of us. But His Holiness very, very pointedly says, if you think you're too small to make a change, spend the night with a mosquito. Yeah. So take that also back with you.
We'll be taking that back with us, along with, the knowledge that we should start giving better of a damn. Thank you so much, Avril. Thank you so much, Vandita, and all our guests, Dr. Srinivas and Mr. Brian and Dr. Farhad, who all came up with us to, be a part of this. We really appreciate it. A big thank you, honestly, and to Miss Avril for letting me do this and encouraging the ideas that I have. It's lovely doing this for you. And so remember, stay in and stay safe, because that's essentially the point. We can give a damn staying inside, and that's what we should do. And if you have to get in touch with us or with Vandita from the other side, we've left our credentials and our social media handles in the chat box. Please do go through that.